Latest on the war in Ukraine.
Yeah, it is a really busy morning, and unfortunately all eyes right now on that city of Mariupol. The city is under siege. It has been for days, but right now hundreds of thousands of residents, they are trapped with nowhere to go as Russia is escalating its attacks. The mayor of that city describing the conditions as Armageddon.
President Biden is expected to announce new economic action against Russia today as the president continues to point the finger at Russia for what he calls Putin's price hike here at home as gas prices and inflation soar to new heights.
We have team coverage this morning. Senior foreign correspondent Ian Pannell starts us off from Ukraine near the capital of Kyiv. Good morning, Ian.
Yeah, good morning, George. We're in the small town of Bilohorодka. It's about 20 miles due west of the capital. This has now become one of those satellite towns that's processing people fleeing the battle zone. And we have seen a constant stream of hundreds of people in vehicles, many of them waving white flags to signal that they're civilians. Here they're checked by the police, then they're given humanitarian aid and sent on their way. An astonishing 80,000 people have fled the Kyiv region and Sumy over the last few days, and it just doesn't stop.
This morning, hundreds of thousands of civilians trapped in the besieged port city of Mariupol as Russia escalates its bombardment and stranglehold there. Officials sounding the alarm on the dire situation, saying the people there have little to no access to power, water or gas for heating. The city's stores and pharmacies looted. The city's been under siege for over a week now. Hospitals, churches, high-rise buildings, homes, all destroyed by massive, indiscriminate Russian shelling. Rescue workers risking their own lives to help others trapped in the rubble of their homes. Shell-shocked and homeless residents wander the empty streets searching for shelter. This man's house was hit by a mortar. He says, "I don't have a home anymore. That's why I'm moving. Why else would I be out?" Mariupol's mayor saying they've gone through 2 days of hell and Armageddon. Repeated efforts to help trapped residents leave have failed. President Zelensky accusing the Russians of deliberately targeting areas where civilians were set to be brought out, saying they have a clear order to hold Mariupol hostage, to torture it, to carry out constant bombardment. This just a day after that horrific airstrike on the children's hospital and maternity ward that killed 3 people, including a young girl, according to Zelensky's office. The Ukrainian military releasing this drone video showing a massive column of Russian tanks and armoured vehicles ambushed in the town of Brovary, just 20 miles east of Kyiv. Caught on open ground, the convoy comes under sustained attack. These verified videos circulating online show the aftermath, and those who couldn't get out appearing to retreat. Ukrainian troops then picking through the spoils of battle. But despite their losses, Russian forces are still inching ever closer to Kyiv. US officials saying they're now only 9 miles away. In the capital, schools have now become shelters for the elderly, who've been rescued from their towns and villages after they came under Russian attack. Many of them telling us they had to hide in the basement for 10 days before someone came to get them. Nina Petroina is one of them, forced to flee her village in Pusha after it came under attack. Her experience, like that of so many others, is utterly heartbreaking. She tells me, "We want peace." Now US officials saying they have seen indications that Russia may use false claims about the United States and Ukraine using chemical weapons as a pretext for Russia to use them in an attack.
They not only have the capacity, they have a history of using chemical and biological weapons, and that in this moment we should have our eyes open for that possibility.
The UN Security Council meeting to discuss Russia's bogus claims about the military biological activities of the US on the territory of Ukraine. Allegations the Biden administration has totally denied.
It's important for us and for our country.
And this morning, Vice President Harris meeting with American troops stationed in Poland, reaffirming the United States support for NATO allies in the region.
Well, in a clear sign, I think, that Putin's war is not going as planned. We're now hearing that they're ready to accept thousands of fighters from the Middle East, potentially from Syria. That clearly, of course, is going to only stoke fears that this conflict is going to spread. The trajectory is really bad. Michael?
Stokes a lot of fear there, Ian. Thank you so much.
Well, hey there, GMA fans. Robin Roberts here. Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Lots of great stuff here. So go on, click the subscribe button right over here to get more of awesome videos and content from GMA every day, anytime. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the morning on GMA.